Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and a few days ago, about this time of day, sunset, I was on my E-Trike and at an intersection nearby, and the traffic coming home from Phoenix is where we live, in the area there. Anyway, the traffic coming home was lining up so much at this one stop sign, I thought, that line's got to be over a mile long. Oh, by the way, as we come along here, I have to be real careful because I don't want to go off the edge of the curb getting around that thing. So anyway, I thought, I'm gonna fly my drone and see how long that line actually is. Well, this happens to be Black Friday. And when I was getting ready to go, my wife said, there's not going to be any rush hour traffic today. And I thought, well, there was the other day. And then my son said, there's not going to be rush hour traffic today. And I said, well, there was the other day. So here I am at one of my favorite takeoff spots nearby, about a mile away from home. And we'll take the DJI Mini 3 Pro. We'll crawl inside of that and we'll go for a little flight. And here we go. All right. So anyway, the first thing I did when I took off was got disoriented and started going the wrong direction. So I came to this is the street that I thought where the backup line was, and I thought, well, phooey, they're right, because there's no traffic at this time of day, and this is just around 5 o'clock, and there's no traffic. So, and then I got to thinking, that doesn't look familiar. So I flew around a little bit and figured out where I was and where I wasn't, and straight ahead up there, that's the intersection where all the traffic was coming from right to left and backed up at that. It's a four-way stop, which eventually they're going to change to they have to. As you can see, the neighborhood is growing and growing, and there's too much traffic, so they'll put a stoplight in there. So anyway, I was a little bit disappointed that I had been wrong, but I kind of get used to that anyway. So anyway, they were coming from the and they were backed up all the way. I don't know how far, because on Black Friday, well, there's no way to figure it out. So I don't want to waste your time, but I might make another video sometime on what it's really like at rush hour. Of course, it's getting to be later in the year, and it gets darker and darker at this time of day. In fact, I had to modify the graphics on this video in order to make it look enjoyable to watch. So that's the road right there, and they were lined up all the way. I don't know how far back because I didn't have my drone. And you can kind of see there's more traffic coming this direction than going the other direction. Phoenix is right up there by those hills. So anyway, that's I'm used to being wrong, but yeah, I enjoy riding my E-Trike and flying my drone. So I didn't mind that at all. So we'll go along here and over to the upper right-hand corner as we come around up here. You'll see, if you hear me talk about going for a leisurely ride around the Dog Bone Loop. Well, as we come around this corner up here, if you look up at the upper right-hand corner, you can see there's a street that goes through that neighborhood. And it's a it's a little over a mile long if you ride the loop. And so I do that every day for exercise. Well, I miss a day once in a while, but that's one of my favorite places to ride because it's no traffic and pleasant and easy to. And there you can see as we come around here, you can see how that's kind of the end of a dog bone, and then clear up at the other end is same shape. and so I ride that a lot. And then over to the right, I'm going to turn around up here and go back. But anyway, over to the right is well, up ahead, straight over above, that's the Superstition Mountain Range. And it's about 25 miles away, I suppose. So anyway, and then another problem I had with this frame rate, it might be too much for my system here. And that's an Arizona sunset, a few minutes too late. And then up in the upper right-hand corner, before we moved in and lived on my son's property, that's where my wife and I had a house up there in one of the HOAs. And we were glad to get out of there and to live on my son's property there. If you've been following my channel, you know that he does an auto repair business and remodeling of restoring automobiles. And straight ahead up there, you can see there's those 4 palm trees, which we saw when we were coming in. So we're going to head back there, land the drone, ride the bike home, and I was wrong again, but that's all right. I'm kind of used to that. But anyway, I like riding around in this area here because there's not a lot of traffic. And if I want to go somewhere, well, then I'll just get on the road and go. So coming in, there I am standing down there where we took off. And I want to thank you for watching my video, and God bless.